والسلام على رسول الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. Again, inshallah, we need to be making dua for our brothers and sisters in the Muslim world in Palestine and everywhere else. And inshallah, we make dua for those who are sick in our community. May Allah give them all shifa. Starting tomorrow, the Iqamah time will be changing. As you can see on the screen, the figure will be at 5:30, inshallah, also 6:30, and Isha 9:45, starting Thursday tomorrow, inshallah. So Fajr will be quite early, and Isha will be late. So you might want to come to Isha and stay. It's not worth going back home anymore.
And the red line right there.
Red means tomorrow, yeah. It has different colors. Alhamdulillah. So, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I have not seen Brother Ahmed Kamara for a while. Anybody knows anything about him? The one who fixes the AC. I have not seen him for a long time. He's okay? Okay.
It's okay for 2 days ago.
Oh, really? In the masjid?
No, on the phone.
Oh, on the phone. Okay. Alhamdulillah. That's good. So let's continue with Surah Yaseen. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. We said last time, وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين. Anytime a sign comes to those people, they will just reject it, ignore it. And again, this answers the question people normally ask: what about those who were born in a different faith or different religion? How would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hold them accountable on the day of judgment? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always sends signs to people. Enough signs to make it clear that this is what they want. So we gave an example. If you were traveling and on the highway and you see all these signs that tell you your exit is after 1 mile, half a mile, all these signs and all these directions, you keep insisting on taking the wrong exit. That's your decision. And we said before, nobody can be misguided except by the permission of Allah. Nobody can be guided or misguided except by the permission of Allah. And we talked about some examples about people who wanted to be misguided, but Allah did not allow them to be misguided. Some people were forced to be guided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showing us His power, because He says in the Quran, if He wanted, He could have made وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَآمَنَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ كُلُّهُمْ جَمِيعًا. If your Lord wanted, talking to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is in Surah Yunus, the whole humanity would have been believers. If Allah wanted to force everyone, He has the power. But the reason why He did not force us, because He wants us to choose to be believers on our own. And that will create this love between us and our Creator. So, وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين. وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله, whenever they are told, and this is important by the way, Allah keeps saying قيل لهم, they are told. It doesn't matter who tells you to do the right thing, because sometimes we belittle the message because of the messenger. Sometimes the messenger is not somebody you respect or somebody that you think too great of, and because of that you don't take the message seriously. I remember, and this is true story, subhanallah, happened many years ago in Syria. In my cousin's house, a fire started. When they used to have these gas tanks, the blue ones, I don't know if you probably have seen them. This is old technology, and they're very dangerous, because if you put them in any place which can get hot, they can explode. And that's what happened. And the house was on fire. So one of my small cousins, he was still a small kid, like 6-7 years. He was the first one who noticed, and he ran down the street calling people for help. Nobody took him seriously. And it was, subhanallah, my aunt passed away and my cousin passed away, and she had a 1-year-old child, subhanallah, and many people because of this fire. But the message was true, but they didn't care because of the messenger. So sometimes we have to worry about the message, not the messenger. If the messenger is not someone you think too great of, that doesn't mean you ignore the message. And this is one thing they said, وَقَالُوا لَوْلَا نُزِّلَ هَذَا الْقُرْآنُ عَلَى رَجُلٍ مِّنَ الْقَرْيَتَيْنِ عَظِيمٍ. Some of the Quraysh people, the mushrikeen, they said, we don't have a problem with the Quran. Quran is good and everything, but why this messenger? If Allah chose someone else, a chief or something, we would have listened. But this man, talk about Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he's not the noble, he's not the chief, he's not anything like that. So it's like we have no problem with the message, but we don't like the messenger. But that again, and we gave another example. If the postman come to you with an important letter in the mail, you say, I'm not going to look at the letter because I don't like the postman. I don't like the postman either, but we still have to take the letter seriously. I don't know why sometimes they are very upset. They don't like their job.
With Amazon, we'll take it.
Oh, Amazon, they're paid differently. We have one postman here, Brother Abdul Rahman. You have not seen him for a few days. Anyway, yeah. But the thing is, it's not about the messenger only, the message. So, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ, and that's what Allah is saying, whenever they're told, it doesn't matter who's telling them, when somebody gives you advice, don't worry about who's giving you the advice. Take the advice itself. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ أَنفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ. Spend from what Allah has provided to you. And we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very merciful. He gives us everything we have, and then He asks for a little bit back. Not for Him, of course He doesn't need it, to give it to the poor. They will say, أَنُطْعِمُ مَنْ لَوْ يَشَاءُ اللَّهُ وَطَعَمَهُ. Why would we feed someone? If Allah wanted, He could have fed him. Now, by the way, people ask that question. Some people ask that question. Those poor and needy and hungry, why didn't Allah give them food? Why do I have to give them food? How is that my problem? Allah created them. Allah will take care of them. Why would I have to give them my money? So how do we answer people like that? First of all, when it comes to food, a beggar who asks for food is a true beggar, right? Because sometimes a beggar comes and asks for money. You say, what do you need it for? I'm hungry. Okay, come, I'll buy you some food. No, thank you. This happens a lot, by the way. I think Siraj Wahaj, you know him, that famous Imam, mashallah. He saw this person begging for people for money. He said, what do you need the money for? He said, I want to buy food. He said, okay, I'll buy food for you. He said, no, you don't know which one I like. He said, okay, come with me. I'll take you in my car and you pick the food you want. And he still said no. So he said, fine. He gave him the money and he left, but he kept looking at him from far. See, what is he going to do with the money? He went in the gas station. He bought some Coke or some drink. He drank half of it and he threw away with the money. He threw the rest. So basically, the one who asks for food and he doesn't want money, that means he's really needy. An example will be Musa alayhi salam and al-Khudr, right? استطعما أهلها. When they went to this village and they asked people for food, they didn't ask them for money. Someone who's asking you for food is truly needy. Because what is he going to do with the food? He's going to sell it? He's going to eat it. So, first of all, the word نُطْعِمُ مَنْ لَوْ يَشَاءُ اللَّهُ أَطْعَمَهُ, they're talking about people who are really needy. They need the food. But then this statement can be used against them. Because first of all, that means they believe that the one who gives rizq is Allah. Right? When they said, why would we feed someone? Allah could have fed him. That means you believe that Allah is the one who gives the rizq. Which means you believe that Allah gave you what you have. Sometimes Allah gives you the rizq of the poor to test both of you. So He gives you money which you're supposed to be giving zakah for, and this zakah should go to the poor. So this is the right of the poor in your money. And that's why at the time of the companions, when the companion gives zakah to the poor, they thank him. Not the other way around, not the poor thanking the rich thanks the poor. If you think about it, if the poor does not take it, then you have not done your zakah. Then you will be punished for that on the day of judgment. The poor saved you from being punished by accepting your zakah, if you look at it this way. And that's why they say a beautiful statement. Anytime a person overeats, which means eats more than they need, someone else is hungry because of that. I don't know if this makes sense. When you overeat, you're eating somebody else's right. So Allah is giving the poor rizq through you. He's giving you more so you can give it to him. When you don't give it to him, of course Allah is testing him by him being needy, testing you, are you going to give him his right? So that's how we answer those people. If Allah wanted, He could have fed them. Well, He gave you what you have, and He told you to give it to them. You disobeyed Him, and that is the problem. It's not the problem that Allah did not feed them. Inshallah, we'll continue tomorrow. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Sheikh, can you also say that Allah gives one person so that when He gives another, He creates brotherhood within the ummah? Like
When
Allah.
people give each other?
Yes.
Yeah, and then the poor will be happy for the rich too, not jealous.